Question: if 2/3 of the teams leave the ACC, what's the realistic option for Miami, Big Ten, SEC? Playing devil's advocate, Miami struggled to hit 9 wins in a mid ACC. Will rising to a way tougher conference help or hurt?
It's going to help financially. It's incumbent upon the program to improve performance. Those two things are, while they're related, they are independent variables, or they're related variables. But like success on the field is not dependent upon the conference that we're in. Realistically, I think that all options are available. Again, personally, my view of things is the profile of the University of Miami holistically fits more with the Big Ten than the SEC. The only thing that really fits with the SEC is our geographical location. But is that an option? Absolutely, 100%. Now, I don't know if the SEC would really push for all three Big Three Florida schools, the team in Alachua County, the team in Leon County, and the Miami Hurricanes, to be in the same conference. That would be interesting. But all potential avenues or all potential landing spots are possible. But yes, would it be easier to go to another conference that was not as stacked with talent as the Big Ten seems to be and the SEC? Could be, but especially when you take into account the financial component, like if you really want to be a program in a school that can compete for a national championship, even in the universe of what is possible, I think that, it's pretty much shaping up. Big Ten or SEC will have to be the destination. And I think that is possible.
Falconer coming back with this one. DW said, NFL model, all players paid by TV money.
I mean, like there is an element of that because the teams do get money. I mean, it's like baseball with revenue sharing. Like that all comes from, the TV contracts and the local contracts and things like that. True. Like, yeah, they are. And I mean, you could, in the same way as changing the foundational structure of college football oversight, which again, I believe that the NCAA is going the way of the dodo bird, but like you could pay players with the TV money. It's a thing that can happen. Like, I don't know why we got to continue to pretend like it's not, but again, there are things that, there are concerns with being employees and collectively bargaining items and things like that, which, would come down, but I'm not against any of that. It's really just, sometimes things got to change, and it looks like that change is forthcoming. Maybe not imminently, maybe not tomorrow, but like, I think that we continue to move in that direction.
Falconer coming back with this one. Iowa nice. My wife is from Iowa. Okay.
The infamous wife that had you miss the show a couple times because you were going out for anniversary dinner and then on your anniversary trip and everything. Absolutely. Hey, that's awesome, man.
Falconer, Miami got AAU status to go to the Big Ten, and then follows up with this one. Florida State does not have academics to go to the Big Ten. I don't know that that's necessarily the case. Based on my very minimal research, both schools are pretty much on that same line.
Yeah, I mean, I would say FSU is borderline. I think that, we are in that same range. I think that the AAU status, the research university status that we did obtain is like a big thing, a big step. So it's like, honestly, it's like college applications, guys. It's like, oh, these two candidates are pretty equal. Oh, you have this one thing that sets you apart in that kind of a way when every current member school of the Big Ten does have that designation status. That could be a big, tiebreaker. I mean, if they were to consider both, for one spot, but I think that the Big Ten would be very interested and they would sprint to the table if we all of a sudden, put down our differences. And instead of being the Hatfields versus the McCoys, the Hatfield-McCoy coalition of Miami and Florida State came together and said, hey, we're trying to come over there to the Big Ten. Boy, that contract would get executed real quick. There would be, yeah, we're gonna have a chancellor's meeting tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I don't care if you're out in California, USC, and UCLA. Hey, that's only 5:30 your time. You haven't even left the office yet. Pop on this Zoom so we can talk about this so we can get that done because they're coming here tomorrow. That would get done so quick. Oh my God.
When all this first started to break, Oklahoma, Texas, like that was the first movement, obviously.
Yeah.
My comment was, if I'm the Big Ten, I'm immediately going to Florida and going after Miami and Florida State.
I shared that opinion, and then they said, cool, we see your South Florida focus, but looking at a larger television market because they already extended to the New York market with Rutgers. How about we get the number 2 market in LA instead with, a top 5, top 7 public university in UCLA. That is like a really incredible academic school. I don't know if y'all know that, but it is. And then another top tier private institution in the same area, like USC and Miami are like mirrors of each other, just, bi-coastally. But the fact of UCLA and USC being in that LA market for our like, I think that was the thing. But like, yeah, I was with you on like, yeah, it makes sense to, come down into Florida for that expansion. But, I think that the next round of expansion or the changing landscape, yeah, I think that, Miami, Florida State, and, Clemson are going to be at the forefront of that for sure.
Falconer, ESPN equals SEC on purpose.
Yeah.
Light Skin Cage, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. ACC is horrid, but it is helpful. But is it helpful or hurtful to move to the Big Ten or SEC when they are littered with top 25 teams? Devil's advocate, is 7-5 perpetually in a tough conference worth the money? Maybe wait till Miami can compete to move.
I'm going to push back on 7-5 perpetually because I'm not going to accept that as the state of affairs. I believe that Mario Cristobal has us going in the right direction. There's another side conversation in the chat going about Cam Ward and his abilities and things like that. This season is ready-made for success. I believe that we are a season away from the roster holistically looking the way that he wants it to be and being able to compete every single year. I'm not saying that we're going to win every single year, but I'm not going to sit here and accept 7-5, even in a hypothetical, as like perpetual things. Has Miami fallen short of performance over the last 20 years? Yes. Are there explanations for that? Yes. Are we intentionally going in a different path to hopefully improve those things? Yes. Have we like really exceeded 7 wins with Mario Cristobal? No, I admit that, but no, I'm not. I don't look at it as binary, as in winning 10 or more and being in a non-Big Ten SEC conference or going 7-5 and being in that conference. I don't think that those are. I don't agree with the foundation of the hypothetical. And I do believe, yes, the extra money, our portion of that potential $864 million difference gap is enough to necessitate and to, go with that move 100%, while chasing improved on-field performance along that way 100%.
And that, again, is just the playoff gap. That's not even the regular season gap.
That part.
Yeah. You go to the Big Ten or the SEC.
Yeah, 100%.
Falconer TRX, Cam's interview to be a network program director. Sure.
Hey, man, look, I know you guys read our stuff at State of the U. I know I've been doing that for a decade. Like, I've pretty much been doing that. I'm almost out of ideas. Lord, I have no idea what we're going to do this full summer because when I took over as managing editor, I was like, cool, I want to do all of these different things eventually in terms of our summer content stream, right? So the games we love bracket that we did years ago, entirely me. The number countdown, I know that had been done, but not with me and not in the way that we did it. So like that was a thing. Why I became a Miami Hurricane, like the recruiting rules, like so many of these large scale, content projects that we've done that and love that we've brought to you. sprung forth from my brain. So yes, I would welcome that. Falconer TRX, I appreciate your support in my candidacy. If anybody from the ACC network is watching, follow me on Twitter, shoot me a DM. If you know my name, you could probably figure out my email address. So, hey, go ahead and hit your boy up. I got ideas. I got plenty of ideas, especially for visual, for television productions and like content things that you could do relative to every school and like raise the bar for the ACC network. Light work. Light work. Now you got to get people to do it, but I have all of those ideas. So yeah, Cam Underwood for ACC Network Program Director. Hit me up.
I love it.